A nobleman desired to have an heir, however his wife was seemingly unable to bear child. Desperate, the nobleman decided to have an affair with one of his maids, and she gave birth to a child they called Marcello. A few years later, by some miracle, the nobleman and his wife were able to produce a child. They named this kid Angelo. Now that Angelo serves as the proper heir, the nobleman banished Marcello and the maid in order to distance himself from his mistake. Life was difficult for Marcello and his mother, and very quickly his mother had died of an illness. Now young Marcello, who was born into a wealthy family, is orphaned and impoverished. Marcello would eventually find himself at Maiella Abbey, a major church that also serves as an orphanage. There he would meet Abbot Francisco, who fostered Marcello. During his time in the abbey, Marcello heard news that his birth father, as well as his father's family, had all died of a plague. In Marcello's mind, they got what they deserved, and all is well with the world. One day, a new kid stumbled into the abbey, and nobody would pay any attention to him except Marcello.
My mummy and daddy died, so I don't have many things, and I don't have anywhere else to go.
You sound a lot like me. But there's no need to worry. Abbot Francisco and all of us will be your family from now on.
What?
Let's go and find the abbot. Come on now, don't cry. Why don't you tell me your name?
Angelo.
You! So you're Angelo. Leave. I want you to leave. You leave and never come back. I don't ever want to see you again. So you're intent on ruining this life for me as well, are you?
Yeah, so not only is Marcello a bastard, but he's also a bastard. Over the next several years, Marcello would work tirelessly, becoming the top student in his class and graduating into the Templars. Eventually, he would work his way up to earning the rank of Templar Captain, in which he would be tasked to protect Abbot Francisco as well as Maiella Abbey as a whole, something he would take very seriously. Angelo would become Marcello's foil, frequently leaving Maiella Abbey to explore neighboring villages and cause trouble for his entertainment. He would often flirt with women for fun and to great success, and generally, Angelo was a carefree person who tried to enjoy himself as best as he could. Marcello now hates Angelo not only because of family issues, but also because of their conflicting personalities.
How much more shame do you intend to bring to our abbey? You're like a curse. Yes, a filthy curse. If you hadn't been born, we'd all have been spared a lot of misery. You're nothing but a petty crook with a pretty face. It sickens me to think we share any common blood.
One day at Maiella Abbey, a lingering sinister presence could be felt. Marcello responded by tightening his Templar guard, preparing for any possible danger. The sinister presence soon diminished, but Marcello's guard still remained. Later that day, a group of travelers arrived at Maiella Abbey, and Marcello quickly denied their entrance.
Our duty is to protect the abbey. We cannot permit nameless travelers to wander around at will. Matters within the abbey are trouble enough. But that's no concern of yours. These are the Templars' quarters anyway. I trust you have no business here, so I would ask you to leave. I warn you, my men are ill at ease. I may not be able to stop them next time.
That night, the sinister presence returned to Myella Abbey. Marcello rushed to Abbot Francisco's quarters to make sure Francisco was safe, but upon his arrival, he was met with the same travelers from earlier that day, now inside Abbot Francisco's room.
And sure enough, we've caught these criminals. They've been loitering around the abbey since midday. It seems we were just in time. I thank the goddess that you're safe.
Wait, these people are no criminals.
Please, Holy Father, they were caught red-handed.
Look into their eyes. See their pure hearts. These people are guilty of nothing.
But... Very good. But we must find out what they were doing here in your residence so late at night. At the very least, let us ascertain that. Please.
You really are a warrior, Marcello. Very well, if you must.
Thank you, Holy Father. So, shall we go?
Despite what Abbot Francisco claimed, Marcello was set to interrogate the travelers, convinced that they have ill intent at Myella Abbey.
We found a suspicious monster loitering outside the abbey.
What? What kind of monster?
Ouch! Ugh! What the devil do you think you're doing? You! Youngest Jessica! What are you all doing in here? You were gone for such a long time, I was getting rather worried. So I just decided to come and look for you when this...
So, this monster is a friend of yours then? So much for your pure hearts.
What's wrong with you? Unhand him once, you insolent ruffian! Get him off me!
You are in league with the monster. You may have deceived Abbot Francisco, but you don't fool me. It was the monster who ordered you to steal the ring and infiltrate the abbey, was it? You cursed heathens. Thought you could scare people by killing the abbot, did you? Make them question their faith? And then move in and take control, I suppose. Take these monstrosities to the cells. Come dawn tomorrow, I will have you tortured. Perhaps then you will realize the gravity of the sins you have committed.
Despite imprisoning the travelers, the sinister presence returned once more. This time, the bridge that connected Abbot Francisco's quarters with the rest of Myella Abbey was set ablaze. Marcello again rushed to the aid of Abbot Francisco, but was now met with an evil-looking jester wielding a mysterious scepter. Marcello was immediately proven powerless. Angelo arrived to assist, but did not stand a chance against the jester's power.
Don't worry, Marcello. I will be fine. I have given myself to the goddess. If it is her wish, I am prepared to die. But, wretched sinner, if that is not her wish, nothing you can do will ever harm me. The goddess will protect us all from whatever evil you can muster.
Wait! It's been a while. Dulmagus.
Ah! If it isn't King Toad, looking as small and ugly as ever.
Shut up! Return my daughter and I to normal at once! Do you realize what you've done to my castle? What?
Such a pity. It seems fate and your benevolent goddess are both on my side. Yes, such a pity. Poor Francisco. My work here is done. Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Given the traumatic turn of events, Marcello elected to hear out what the travelers had to say for themselves. As it turns out, the travelers have been on a manhunt for that jester in order to retrieve the scepter in hopes of breaking a curse placed upon the king and princess. Marcello dropped all charges against the travelers and encouraged them to avenge the death of Abbot Francisco. Although Marcello wants to join, he has newfound responsibilities at Maella Abbey, taking the role of abbot. Instead, he sends Angelo with the travelers. Now that Marcello has inherited an official position of power and all of his distractions are gone, a new path is paved for him to work up the ranks of the church. Eventually, Marcello will become rank 1 among the Templars as well as rank 3 in the church overall, but he would face a roadblock in his quest for power as the Lord High Priest and High Priest Rollo have pretty well solidified their positions. Although Marcello's success can be attributed to his hard work, to some,
It's indecent. How does a nobody like him get to become master of the Lord High Priest's guards? Such an important responsibility demands a person of repute, someone of character, like you or I.
No doubt that peasant bribed His Holiness. I've heard rumors about him. It won't last. He'll never be anything more than a watchdog. He's enjoyed all the promotion he's going to get. This is as far as his money will take him. The burden of his lowly origins will soon bring him crashing back down to earth.
This was not only because of Marcello's background, but also because Marcello is openly cocky, carries himself with a lot of pride, and treats his position as more of a prize rather than a responsibility. Though he still exceeds in his position and still rightfully earns it, even if he doesn't exactly act the part.
Ah, enough fun. I do hope I didn't cause any offense. Anyway, no time for idle chit-chat. I have to select men to form the Lord High Priest's personal guard. The luxury of a carefree existence such as yours is not something I can afford. So, if you'll excuse me, be well, and may the goddess keep a close eye on you.
One day, Marcello receives an emergency summoning to Sevilla Cathedral, which is where the Lord High Priest resides. Apparently, there is a deity of darkness that is possessing hosts and traveling the world killing specific people in order to free itself from the seal that it's under. The Lord High Priest is one of those targets. Marcello posted guards all throughout Sevilla Cathedral, and he himself patrolled to locate any danger. Suddenly there was a breach, a direct attack at the Lord High Priest's room. When Marcello arrived, he sees the following: the travelers he keeps passing by, Angelo, the Lord High Priest collapsed on the ground, the corpse of a dog, and the mysterious scepter somehow laying on the ground.
Your Holiness! Are you hurt? Thank the goddess, he still has a pulse. What happened? Was it that hellhound? What on earth is going on? Marcello! What are you doing just standing there? carry His Holiness to his bed at once. Get a move on, you sluggard! You're supposed to be Master of the Guard! I'll have you demoted if you don't snap to it! Are you deaf, Marcello? I just gave you an order!
Ah ha ha! Well, well, well. High Priest Rollo. I had no idea you were so devious.
What are you laughing about? I fail to see anything funny about the situation.
Enough of the pretense. I know it was you who employed these thugs and that dog. What an elaborate scheme. Engineering a diversion to give you time to effect the assassination of the Lord High Priest. I was aware of your desire to be his successor, but to resort to murder.
What rot! How dare you! I plan nothing of the sort!
Arrest them! Exile High Priest Rollo to Purgatory Island, along with these thugs. They will learn that succession comes at a high price. Take them away!
Yes, sir!
Double bastard Marcello, left alone with an unconscious Lord High Priest, seized the opportunity to kill the Lord High Priest with no witnesses. He also claimed the scepter as a symbol of power.
The Lord High Priest dies from shock, and the High Priest out of the picture too. This is better than I ever could have hoped. What the... Ah! Ah! My head! I can't bear it! What's happening?
My flesh and blood are trapped, sealed away by those infernal sages.
That voice. Who is it? What do you want? The scepter!
A new hand to hold the scepter. A new body to control. You are a slave to the scepter. You will obey my command.
I obey no one!
What? Oh.
I'm notoriously bad at taking orders.
After exiling High Priest Rollo and murdering the Lord High Priest, Marcello finds himself in a once-in-a-lifetime event where he can inherit the #1 position in the church. That, alongside being able to resist the scepter's control, Marcello has become the single most powerful human in the world. During his inauguration, Marcello would give an emotionally driven speech about challenging the existing system of high-class bloodlines populating the highest ranks of leadership, insisting that their lack of understanding of the lower-class population deems them unworthy of their positions. He claims that because he had nothing as a child and had earned everything in his life through hard work and dedication, that he is the one who truly deserves to rule over the people. He lies about how the Lord High Priest died. He neglects to address unsavory rumors, and ultimately introduces himself as a forceful dictator, ending his speech by challenging to the death prisoners that had escaped exile in order to demonstrate his strength as a leader. Unfortunately for Marcello, he is a boss in a JRPG and is easily defeated by the Travelers. In a moment of weakness, the Dark Deity is able to assume control over Marcello, allowing it to release itself from the scepter and destroy the church in the process. Amidst the destruction, Marcello clung onto the side of a road. He slipped, nearly falling into a deep pit when he would be saved by none other than his half-brother, of whom he always despised.
What? What are you doing? Let me go! If you hadn't interfered, I could have had all of Rapthorn's power. But it's all over now. All hope is gone. Let me go! I don't want your help!
No! I won't let you die. You will go on living, knowing that the brother you despised your whole life took pity on you. I won't let you have everything your own way.
You're determined to disgrace me more? You!
More than 10 years. It was more than 10 years ago that I first came to the Abbey, having lost my family. And you were the first person I spoke to. I had nothing. No family, no home. I was all alone and I didn't know anyone at the Abbey. You were kind to me. Just for those first few moments, you were genuinely kind. As soon as you found out who I was, it changed everything. But I never forgot that moment of kindness.
You will regret the day you saved my life.
You know, I really don't care. Do your worst. You can't hurt me anymore. Isn't this your ring? Your Templar's ring?
It's yours. It means nothing to me now.
Angelo, are you just going to let him leave? He's really badly hurt.
Marcello's treatment of Angelo changed when he learned that Angelo was his half-brother. Angelo would defy Marcello's control, instead pursuing a life that he desired. Much as the same for Marcello, he would be judged for his bastardization and banishment instead of his ability to hold his positions of responsibility. Marcello would stoop to any means necessary to climb the ladder in the church, resulting in underhandedness to claim positions he didn't deserve. Despite everything Marcello has done, Angelo has always cared for his brother. Marcello, on the other hand, was too focused on his redemption that he couldn't see Angelo as a person. That is, until Angelo had saved his life. Marcello would hold himself to repay a life debt to Angelo, so he stalked Angelo and the travelers until they came upon the lair of a powerful magical being. This being would cast a gravity spell upon Angelo and the travelers, crushing them to near death. Marcello would heroically step in to disrupt the spell and aid in the defeat of the being.
Why did you come here, Marcello?
To settle a score, nothing more. You could have died in a ditch for all I cared, little brother, but not before my debt was repaid. And now it is.
Marcello! I thank you.
Hmm.